Hi guys, in this episode of Radio K, I'm gonna be reacting to the recent debut of the ex-members of GFriend as the girl group VIVIZ with their song BOP BOP. And I'm pretty excited to check this song out because I want to see how this is gonna compare to what their music was as GFriend, because even though GFriend wasn't necessarily like my top girl group or anything, they were one of the first girl groups that I ever listened to, and their songs like Navilera, Rough and Fingertip are to this day some of my favorite K-pop songs ever. So even though they were like again my favorite girl group or anything, they have had some really big hits with me. So I'm curious how this group's music is gonna compare to what they used to do. And I also have learned that they are going to be in Queendom, which is great for them in my opinion. But it's a shame that Dreamcatcher. Neither Dreamcatcher nor Everglow are going to be in Queendom, but goddamn Kepler is going to be in Queendom. Like, I like Kepler, I think they're a great girl group, but there's no logic behind them going to Queendom because they are already a girl group that was created from a survival show. So why would they go on another one? Even though yeah, that one is not the same, like you don't become a group at the end of Queendom or anything. But it still feels like dumb, and I know that Mnet has done the same thing with back then 2-1 back then when they were two in Road to Kingdom, but I don't know. I think it's just dumb because the way it is now with Queendom, I don't really have much of an interest to check it out because none of the groups that I am like a big fan of are in it. Like I was hoping for maybe Weki Meki, Dreamcatcher or Everglow to be in that. I didn't expect ITZY to be, which they are not, but like there isn't much of an interest for me to check it out. The only group that I could potentially have an interest to check out would be VIVIZ, so yeah, I don't know. I'll probably check out at least VIVIZ's performances on that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go back to what you came here for, that being the song BOP BOP. So let's get into it in 3, 2, 1. Man, I've missed short hair now. I'm really confused about why GFriend ended up getting booted off of Hive, and whether it was up to them or up to the company. Part of me is glad that they're not with Hive anymore though, and I'm gonna explain why after the reaction. I do hope that this group has more success than goddamn Hinapia. Justice for my girls right there. Okay, this definitely seems very different from GFriend. It's really good to hear so much more lines from Onji though. I really love the accent colors that they're using for their outfits and hair. I pretty much agree with the title of this song. It's definitely a bit of a bop. Not like my favorite song that it has come from different members or anything, but it's casually catchy, you know? I'm enjoying it. And I'm really enjoying seeing Eunji this much at the forefront. in this song. That's definitely my favorite thing about this. Okay, Eunji really makes the song for me. I guess she's gonna be my bias in this group, huh? I was just like, seeing her so happy makes me happy. I don't know, I really like seeing her in this one. But yeah. Before we get into my thoughts for this song, I guess let's just go back to what I said about the fact that I'm a little glad that Gfriend ended up leaving HYBE. The reason why I think so is not because like I hate the group or I wanted them to fail or anything, but because I hate what I've talked about this before many times. I feel like even when reacting to Gfriend's last few songs when they were at HYBE, at how HYBE's type of sound, like, you know how every company, especially the big threes, have like a typical sound that their groups have. And Big Hit, HYBE, who used to be Big Hit, when they were Big Hit, their sound was like very hip-hop heavy and very much based on like social messages and stuff. You can see that if you go back and check out Glam's songs, which you definitely should, because those songs that they released back then were goddamn bops and they deserve more recognition. And with BTS, they released music like that, but once Big Hit became HYBE, their style of music solidified into this cookie cutter, auto-tune to all hell, overproduced, like I said, auto-tune to all hell, overproduced, soft bubblegum pop. You can see that with BTS. At this point, I feel like it's less so for groups like ENHYPEN and TXT. At least their last few comebacks haven't been like that, which I'm really glad about. But that kind of like influence onto the music started to seep through to Gfriend's music as well, because you can see and hear the difference in their music from before they joined HYBE and from afterwards. Especially you can hear it when it comes to the vocals of the members, because before they joined HYBE, Yuju clearly was like a few steps above the rest in terms of like the strength of her voice and the ability to really hit very powerful high notes. She was above the rest. That's not to say the rest were like bad or anything. I think they were all great, but Yuju was like, it's like everybody was like 7s and 8s out of 10, and Yuju was like a 10 out of 10. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. But then once HYBE started producing their music, and when they joined HYBE with like the releases of Apple and Mago, it's like at that point everybody like kind of all of a sudden jumped to the level of Yuju, and Yuju didn't really stand out that much anymore at all. And like, I'm not saying like, again, the other members were like bad singers or anything, but Yuju clearly was above them a little bit in terms of the skill. But all of a sudden in these releases, their vocals sounded artificially kind of boosted and given more weight. And that didn't necessarily sound bad, but like when you have heard those vocals in a certain way before, it just feels like you're kind of covering up the realness of the vocalist and the authenticity. And they've been doing the same thing with BTS for some reason, and I don't get why. And I know I'm kind of going on a ramble a little bit, but hear me out. With BTS, the strength of their vocalists is in the fact that their vocals are so unique. Like, there's no vocalist who sound like Jungkook, V, and maybe someone like Jin, but even his voices kind of stand out. But instead of capitalizing on the fact that their voices sound so unique. Instead, Hype has decided to kind of generalize them and make them sound like the exact same vocal. And they have even fucking forced the rap line to sing as well, which is just fucking ridiculous when you have the best rap line in K-pop. It's ridiculous. But again, I'm not gonna rant on Big Hit. My point is that is why I'm glad that they left Hype, because now they can be more authentic to themselves with their songs and with their vocals and everything, and not artificially make themselves sound better. Because I really liked how they sounded in this. It still doesn't sound as good, or at least like as I don't want to necessarily say authentic, because I think this sounds pretty authentic, and at least more authentic than Big Hit. But I really liked how they sounded and how their songs were produced back when they were just at Source Music, before Hype acquired the company. I really liked how their music sounded. Like, maybe not every song was like my favorite or anything, but their sound at least was like unique. It stood out. But this is still not as authentic as that. And sadly for the song, their company seems to have gone for like a little bit of like a... Again, I don't want to say words like generic or stereotypical, because that makes me sound like I hate the songs or that what they've done with the music is bad. I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying that they've gone for like a more typical K-pop sound compared to even what they used to do back then as G-Friend, before they were at Hype. Which is a shame, because I was hoping for something at least as unique like that. That is not to say that there is not things to enjoy about this song, though. I really enjoyed Eunji's parts, mostly because I feel like she frequently doesn't really get to do that much in different songs, so it's good to actually get to hear her. And that was definitely my favorite part of the song. Like, her parts were really entertaining, and I hadn't realized how enjoyable her vocals are. Like, I've heard Shinbi and Ona sing like this before, but I haven't heard Eunji sing like this before, which was definitely really entertaining. But yeah, I'm okay with this song. I enjoyed it. I don't necessarily think I'm going to listen to it, because it's just not really the kind of song that I listen to that much, and it doesn't really feel that catchy to me to replay it, just not at least in the way that I want a song to be catchy to me. But it is certainly like an entertaining bop. Like, I like it. I have no complaints about it. I have no really criticisms about it, other than the thing that I said, that I feel like it's a little generic. The direction that they went for is a little generic, and I would have liked something a little bit more unique in terms of the sound and the production. But it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. That's just like a nitpick. But still, we're gonna listen to the song one more time before I decide my final thoughts about it. So let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. Why the hell are they in a goddamn TARDIS? That's a TARDIS, if I ever saw one. Man, I love Eunji. Sounds so good. Also, this is a very refreshing camera work to see these members dancing, because as different their camera work was never like this kind of exciting and just with lots of movements around, I feel like. Okay, this song is definitely already really growing on me. I actually might end up listening to it. Like outside of the reactions. Man, I love Omji. She's so beautiful. I love her. She's definitely my bias. No questions about it. Man, her vocals are so good. Okay. So yeah, on the second listen, it definitely started to be a little better. Like, it started to actually sound kind of catchy, which I'm actually really happy about, because I wanted to like this song and I wanted to want to listen to it again, and I do. Now I do. I definitely have an interest in checking it out even outside of these reactions, which is great. So I guess I am a fan of this group. Big thanks to Omji though. She definitely was the one who won me over in this song for sure. Like, I love Shinbi and Ona as well, but like Omji has like jumped up in terms of how much I love her. Yeah, in terms of a rating for this song, I think I'm going to give it an 8.9 out of 10, which kind of might come off as a little bit of a high score, but after the second listen, I really like it, man. I really, really do. I think it became really catchy, and I really love how energetic it is. Like I said, I haven't ever seen these members like Ona, Shinbi and Omji be this energetic. Even in the rebranding that they got under Hype, they still weren't like this energetic, and I love that. I love that. It's so refreshing from them. But yeah, I really, really like it. And yeah, just as usual, if this song comes with any B-sides, which I assume it does, and you guys want me to check them out, comment it down below and let me know that there is a demand for a reaction like that, because I definitely wouldn't mind checking out some, again, just to see how those B-sides compare to different B-sides, because I have reacted to a decent amount of different B-sides, like back when I first started my YouTube channel, so there's that. But yeah, it's up to you if you guys want me to check it out, comment it down below. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, and Shenches. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me, have continued to support me for such a long time. I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Wattpad, where you can play where you can check out my stories or... And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you, because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being
pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that, because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything. And that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt-tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think this is pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!